Minister President of the Republic, ministers, Ambassador of Israel, ambassadors and representatives of diplomatic missions, Bishop of Caesarea, Mayor of Famagusta, Chief of the National Guard, Chief Rabbi of Cyprus, Chief Rabbi of Britain and the Commonwealth, friends from Israel, friends from the מעפילים Association, friends from the Israel-Cyprus Association, dear guests. Thank you for honoring the memory of my late father, Paapaausiליו, by inviting me to say a few words today about this unique chapter in the history of Cyprus and Israel. In 1946, barely 27 years old, my father was already a veteran of the Second World War against the Nazis and an active, high-ranking member of the awakening labor movement of Cyprus. Young idealist and a humanist, eager to defend the weak and the exploited workers against the harshness of capitalism, eager to confront the British colonial authority for a better deal for the Cypriots, for self-determination and better life. I shall always remember him relating how astonished he was one day in 1946 by the visit at his office of the representative of the American Jewish Joint Distribution Committee, Mr. Charles Passman, who revealed to him that the British colonial authorities planned to open in Cyprus within a very short time detention camps to intern Jewish refugees, Holocaust survivors, intercepted by the British Navy on their way to the land of Israel. Prothomos could not believe that the British, after the war, that they fought against fascism and Nazism, they were establishing internment camps in Cyprus for the very people they liberated from the Nazi camps. He readily accepted the proposal to become the local customs agent and representative of the Joint Distribution Committee and the Jewish Agency and assist the two organizations which would be responsible for the welfare of the people in the camps. Prothomos thus embarked on an adventure which was destined to mark and to define his own life and the life of his family. The camps were established in two locations, the first one north of Famagusta, in the Karauros area, along the beach reaching to the north, the forest of Salamis. The Karauros camp area contained 5 separate camps and which became known as the summer camps. The second camp area was established between the village of Xilotimpo and the Kenya on the rocky slopes overlooking the sea. And these camps were comprising of 7 camps which became known as the winter camps. These camps were made up mainly by Nisserhans, the characteristic rounded British Army barracks as we see them here today in the ב-BMH. The first refugees arrived in August 1946, and very quickly the camps became full with people, essentially survivors of the Holocaust, old and young people, men and women, adolescents and young children without their parents. The camps were not, of course, prison camps in the literal sense. They were camps where the British, in the interest of their geopolitical strategies, detained the immigrants, depriving them their freedom to move to Palestine. The British soldiers remained outside the camps, guarding the gates, leaving the detainees to organize their lives as best as they could, under harsh conditions, with shortages of food, water, medical supplies, and the like. The Cypriot people, after the initial shock, they did indeed react positively to the plight of the Jewish internees who were oppressed by the British colonialism, as were the Cypriots, and supported them in many ways, with demonstrations, material assistance, etc. The role of the Joint Distribution Committee and the Jewish Agency was therefore very important in supplying the needful to the people, but also in helping them to organize their daily lives. Healthcare, education, vocational training for electricians, carpenters, and the like. Very quickly the camps had their own coffee shops, barber shops, and other facilities found in a normal community. There were cultural events, theater plays, dancing, and regular visits by artists from Israel, religious services, and of course, the political parties which became part of everyday life. There were weekly arrivals of newspapers from Palestine covering all areas of the political spectrum. Paapaouasiליו, Papa, as he was called by his Jewish friends, became deeply involved in the operations of the camps, working closely with the Joint and Jewish agency. At the same time, however, he also got involved with clandestine Haganah activities under the nose of the British colonial authorities. Apart from the normal daily life in the camps, there was a parallel secret life in which the Haganah played the main role. Secret military training, but mainly organizing escapes from the camps of young men not included in the limited monthly quotas of people transferred to Palestine. So these young men were transferred to Palestine in a different way. Prodromos was acting as a coordinator between the Haganah and a team of trusted local people, including the small local Jewish community of Famagusta, who helped to carry out the escapes. However, to this day, not many details are known about the extent and methods of these Haganah clandestine activities. Under the oath of secrecy, these people, including my father, never spoke of details. What we know is from facts like the discovery of the tunnels under the camp fences, or stories of taxi drivers, orange grove owners, truck drivers, fishermen, or port workers who happened to get involved in an operation. There are many anecdotes about the camps, but one of the nicest anecdotes that my father liked to tell is when, at the closing of the camps in February 1949, the British officer in charge said to him, "Paapaouasiליו, I'm afraid we are in a serious trouble. Some 1,600 people who entered the camps are unaccounted for. They are missing." Papa was very reassuring. "Don't worry, sir," he said. "It is certainly a clerical error. These are certainly duplicate entries. Desperate people as they were, they have certainly made double entries in order to receive double food rations." To which the officer replied, "Yes, that must be certainly the explanation." One wonders if the British officer was so naive, or if it was just a convenient excuse to close the issue. Because, as Maurice Lau, the representative of the Joint Distribution Committee in Cyprus, described in his book, The Last Barrier to Freedom, there were indeed many cases of high and lower rank British officers and civil servants who were not happy with the camps and did act in various ways to show their sympathy to the Jewish refugees. Mr. President, Excellencies, dear friends, please allow me to conclude by reading the concluding paragraph of the report of the closing of the camps sent by the acting governor of Cyprus to the colonial secretary in London, dated 24 March 1949. It says, "Perhaps the strangest episode in the long history of this island has come to an end. Many thousands of men, women and children, of many languages and from many countries, some sick and driven, others strong and void of hope, have perforce gathered for a while in fractious frustration, almost within sight of the strange star of Israel. They came and they are gone. Now that they are gone, the people of Cyprus do no other than to wish them well, and that their new land will fulfill all the promise that has lured to them." Thank you very much.